Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I am here with y'all with no makeup on, okay? No lashes. Even kind of sitting in a new way because y'all, I've decided to start a new thing. Y'all know I love discussing TV shows. But clearly I've got to come on here and discuss with y'all Married at First Sight. Now, here's the thing. Before we even do this conversation, this even thing, you gonna need something. You gonna either need some tea. You gonna need some wine. You gonna need something because y'all, these conversations cause you to need to sip on something. So I'll go ahead and I'll wait, and I'll let you go on and get the beverage that you gonna sip on while we chit chat. Okay. So, for those of y'all who don't watch Married at First Sight, first of all, where you been? Where you been at? Married at First Sight is a show where three experts pretty much, they kind of do like arranged marriage like they do in other cultures, just modernized. So pretty much they get groups, people come in and they put applications together, and pretty much the experts match you up with who they think would be compatible. So the thing of the matter is believe it or not, I know people are like, ain't no way in the world I would do this Married at First Sight. And to be honest with you, you ain't by yourself, because I just can't. I just don't think. But I honestly find it very interesting because honestly they have had quite a bit of success rate, and they are still together beyond their seasons. So it does work, but I really think for a person to really get to maximize on the situation is that you have to be very realistic. You have to already know what you want, and you have to be in a space to be able to accept love, first of all, or to be even in this type of situation. And definitely remember that you're going to be on TV, because somehow I don't be understanding how people be forgetting that this is on national TV when you signed up. I just can't get to understand it. But you're going to have to be very open and be very honest on the things that you want, because they're going to match them up based off what you say that you want. So right now, I forget what season we on, but it's been on for quite some time. And the thing of the matter is, if you haven't started watching, there's still time, because right now, typically, you haven't missed a whole lot. Typically, I don't really. Sometimes I would like to watch the interview process, but I really don't like to really start watching until when they've kind of like alluded to who they're gonna pick, just so you can kind of know their background. Because I used to actually skip this part, and then I found out that I was actually kind of lost a little bit. Not a whole lot, because I mean, you'll understand, you'll get to know the person, but I actually realized that I got more out of the show if I at least watched like that part of where they actually start grouping them together and knowing the kind of the things that they want, so that you can kind of already know off gate. You can kind of follow a little bit better, because you can kind of see why a person may be acting this way, why a person may be feeling this way, and things of that sort. So, we're pretty much on episode 4 at this time, and this is what we're going to be discussing now. And pretty much there's 5 couples. And honestly, I'm going to have to get the names of one of them, because I kind of do be forgetting or whatever. But we're going to kind of I'm going to start with my fave, leading on to the God Help Us couple. Also like what we would like to call the main event. So just to kind of give you a little summary right now, they have all been married already. I mean, like I say, the first time they meet each other is at the altar. They've all been married, and they have all went on their honeymoon at this point. And actually, after this episode, they will be actually going back to realization at home and trying to do life for the next until decision day. So starting with my fave couple is Brianna and Vincent. Now, they're really cute. They're so cute together. They seem to be vibing. She is more of the take charge, kind of bossy ordeal, where he's kind of the laid back, kind of really sweetheart. And thus far, they're doing pretty well. They have been physical. And they're really just vibing together, and I'm really liking it. However, in this past episode, you could obviously see where her bossiness is starting to agitate him a little bit. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. And so, in my opinion, I think that might be the only issue that they may have. Just off of what I can see so far, is her being so bossy. Just because men, they you got to really be careful when you are a alpha female, and you're matched with a male. You have to learn, even though you're easily wanting to take charge, but you have to be able to release that to your man, and let him lead and not make him feel like he's a kid. Just saying. So that's my fave. Comment down below, let me know how you feel about them. Next, we're gonna move on to we'll go to Carla and Ryan. Carla really struck me as a bridezilla and real extra. And I don't mean, like, she just be doing the darn most. Like, the wedding day, she was doing the whole most about how I don't like this, my makeup like this. Like, she was just doing a whole lot. However, I do think they're really cute. They're actually a multiracial couple, which I think is really cute. That is actually the first one ever on Married at First Sight, I do believe. And I think they're really cute. Now, what I do see is that he's really chill and she's really kind of extra, but they vibe very well. But I think when it comes to a whole lot of foolishness, he gets her right together. So we should see how that works. How she handles getting put right together. Now, they did have a little of a religious situation. He's very religious. His family is very religious, and she's kind of got like turned off on it as a child. So I'll be interested to see how that goes as they start talking about how they're going to build their family. But so far, I think they're okay. We will come back to how I feel about them once we get to the main event. Next, we have Eric and Virginia. Now, Eric and Virginia, Eric is a pilot, and he is gone for most of the time, and he is older than Virginia, and Virginia is still living her best life and partying and drinking hard. Now, on this honeymoon, like, they actually have a lot of the, like, cute chemistry or whatever. It kind of almost reminds you of him she gives him that spark, an extra sense of spark. However, on the honeymoon, him being belligerently drunk or whatever, like he was on this last episode, is really concerning, and I'm really trying to figure out how this is about to work. They might have some issues because he wants her to calm down and she really not here for it. So, right off gate, I don't know what their success rate will be. Just because sometimes age difference, it doesn't matter. It is only a number, but when y'all are on two different ends of the spectrum, you have a chill one. She's more partying. He doesn't really like the guy best friends ordeal. Like, it really could cause a lot of issues if y'all just don't see eye to eye. Because actually my husband is older than me, but we ain't, as far as mental state, not like they are. But speaking of which, comment down below how you feel about significant others having opposite sex best friends. Is it a no or is it a go? I feel like I would need to have known about them prior, and I need to know, like, I don't know, it's a touchy thing. I'm not saying you can't have other girls as your friend, but it's real touchy. It's real touchy. I really need to know how much y'all talking. I don't need to ever feel like there was some type of, I don't know. It's a touchy subject. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. We don't have those anymore, so I don't know. I don't know. Moving on. Let me know how you feel about it. Next, now I don't really remember their names. I'm gonna have to comment these down below. I'm gonna call him the one who loves his meat and eggs, and Lord knows I don't know this girl's name. I'm gonna have to comment down below. He is very old. He's very much older than her. She hasn't been in a relationship in quite some time. I knew this was falling. She hasn't been in a relationship for in a while, which isn't always a bad thing, because we have had some couples who have not been. We have had some that be up there that haven't been in a relationship in a while, and they did fine once they kind of got used to being with somebody. But their relationship is really like, I don't know, it's really weird. They don't really have a lot in common. And in this last relationship, we did find that he was also pretty much. I feel like all of them have been physical except for Virginia and Eric, is what I can gather from the last episode. But from this episode, it seems that they did it, but it seems more of like folks had too many drinks, and that's what happened. And now it seemed like either it was bad or she discussed it. I'm just saying. Especially when they got ready to leave for the honeymoon, and he pretty much, she was like, oh, the girls are gonna go do breakfast, and he goes downstairs and finds out that everybody else is with a man, and they kind of like jet off, so he says. I felt like that was kind of sad. I don't know that they're going to make it, in my opinion, unless she just does a 360 once they get home, but I don't know if they're going to make it. I'm just saying. Now for the main event and why we are all here. Paige and Chris. Now, after this episode, after this video, I hope after giving y'all the summary, I shouldn't have to go down the list of what everybody is, and we can kind of just be discussing what happened on the episode between these couples. But I know that this video will be the longest just because it's my first one doing it for Married at First Sight. And of course, if you don't watch, I kind of got to bring you up to speed with who these couples are, so that I can just throw out names and we'll know. Also, comment down below if you have given some of these couples nicknames so that we can refer to them by nicknames if we don't want to call them by their name. I'm here for that too. So, Paige and Chris, help us, Jesus. Okay? So, these are supposed to be our God-fearing Christian, seeking God for, to find my significant other couple. So, pretty much, let me just go ahead and lay it on the table. Chris is not attracted to his wife, and he has stated that. He loves that she got body, yaddy, yaddy. But that's about it. Pretty much. Now, towards the end of this here, he actually ends up saying to her that he's not physically attracted after he done got them cheeks. Trash! Can we just say that Chris is trash, and he not even trash, he the bottom of the barrel trash. Like, there is no coming back from the trash antics that this man has done. And we only in episode 4, okay? Only in episode 4, he is pure trash, okay? How you have sex and you gonna say after the next morning that you're not attracted to her, but y'all ain't do it once, y'all did it multiple times. You end up feeling away because she decides to tell, they sit down with the families after the next day, and she kind of tells them what's going on. And I do agree that, what happens between you and your husband is not for you and your whole family to know. So I do feel that. I do understand that. However, this hissy fit that this man has been causing, he been crying a little too much for me, and you already trashed. Your tears means absolutely nothing. Nothing. So to really seal the deal, day 2 of the marriage, as he already told me I'm ugly. I'm thinking like Paige now. You already told me I'm ugly, but I'm okay to get the cheeks. And then I find out that you was married. Oh, wait, no, take it back. And at the wedding, you pretty much almost comparing me to the T to your ex. Then you tell me I'm ugly after you didn't hit the cheeks. And then I find out that you was at, and this is your ex is your fiance, if I didn't mention. And now I find out that she's pregnant. Throw the whole marriage away. Throw the whole marriage away. It's it. Don't worry about it. But she is trying to stick by her vows. She is trying to be a strong one. Sis, you better than me, because I would have been out. I'd have been out. Now, I'm not going to do this with you. Show ain't. Nah. So, this man, they decide to, for whatever reason, which, I guess they were trying to be transparent, they decide to tell the group about what's going on. Now, I feel like in different cultures, we handle privacy a little bit different than others. I could be wrong. But in the black community, if we tell you, we give you the information that you want. We want you to know. But after that, we don't want you to keep prying into our business every time you sue us. You don't need to keep talking about it. It's kind of like if I tell you something, let me bring it back up. Don't keep asking me all the time, because that's not the reason why I told you type of situation. So Eric and Virginia kind of find themselves. Well, Eric calls himself trying to be, supportive, so to speak, and Virginia just says what the whole community want to know: is it yours? He feels away or whatever. But what really struck me is this man is over here mad because folks is showing support to Paige and not him. No, we don't care nothing about you, bro. We don't. We want to know if she alright. You figure this out by yourself. Don't nobody care about you. And the crying. It's the crying for me, y'all. It's the crying for me that is irking my last nerve. I can't get an understanding why you crying so much. So here's the thing. Here now we get to the main event about what I really want to get into. So this particular episode or whatever, they're still dealing with the whole ex thing. She's trying to move forward. They're saying they're going to work through it. Cool. So here's the thing. I feel like Girl Code 101 is I feel like you have to read the room. So if we're all together, we're doing the talk and everybody's kind of talking about their relationship, but I'm quiet. One, that means I don't want to talk about it. Don't ask me about it. Or if I'm just kind of giving you base value information, I ain't really trying to talk about it. I might be checked out. I ain't here for it. So even if I were to give you information, it is never okay to go and address my man or the man about the situation at hand. That's how I took from it. Comment down below how you took this scene. But I really feel like, now granted, I'm not taking Chris' side by any means, but I do feel like it probably is a lot to deal with. You're on national TV dealing with this. It is embarrassing. It's your fault. I could really care less. But you also know that if somebody asks you to respect the privacy, then you should do that. Don't keep pushing and poking the bear. And I think that's where it went wrong, because he pretty much stated, I don't owe you no explanation, to which he don't. And you guys are still like pushing and pulling. You should have left it at that and saw that he's getting upset, read the room, and left it alone. Did he have to blank the way he did? No. However, they also weren't stopping. So they kind of got what they got. Now, once he got on the van, he ain't had to be that extra. Now, this is where I go back to Carla and Ryan. Now, the only way I could kind of maybe side with Ryan of why he didn't get involved is because actually the argument was more so between Chris and Virginia, and only like Carla was kind of there. She was there and started it, but he was really going hard at Virginia and not so much Carla. So that might be the only teensy bit of why I will accept that Ryan did not get involved. No, I ain't saying you had to fight this man, but can you at least tell him not to talk to me like that? I can't believe it. This man stood there, watched, and escorted her to the car. Virginia, on the other hand, coming up here, Eric talks about, oh, relax. Here's where I feel like Eric should have done his part and realized that once you get down to the dinner table, you state, if you got a problem, make sure you discuss it with me and not her. At what point do you ever tell your girl to be quiet and stop coming at him? And if there is a beef, let me handle it. Be quiet. Like, just stop. She wasn't stopping. And so, no, Chris could have been a better man and not argued back and forth with this woman. However, I strongly believe that she was poking the bear and she got what she got. I'm just saying. Now, I do commend Chris. He's still trash for apologizing. But Eric was a whole darn joke. Y'all late and you come up here and this man had already apologized. And now you want to be up here, don't address her like that, and thought you weren't about to, in the words of Brianna, clear this whole room out. Because he was going to put them things to you. Watch your mouth. Now, you can also tell that Paige is all the way checked out. Because has she been, for me, if a woman is popping at my man, whether we are on good terms or not, I will address the woman. What you're going to do is watch your mouth when you're talking to him. Because when you talk to him, you're talking to me too. So we got a problem. And then I would address him and say that was trash, which behind closed doors, that was trash, what you did, don't ever do that again. But you can tell she checked out. What I want Paige to do is run and do not return. Because this is a bit much. As you go through all this drama, this man talking about he is connected to you spiritually, for you to pray for him and all of that. But then tell you also in the breath before that he had discussed possibly getting back with his ex. Throw the whole marriage away, please. So yeah, that is my 2 cents based on Married at First Sight. I do feel like this season gonna be interesting. I feel like they may be only maybe one, maybe two couples that last. And honestly, I really feel bad for Paige because I feel like this is not what she signed up for. And I really hope the show didn't know about this beforehand and put her through all this ruckus, because I would be feeling the whole way. So, this was this week's episode. I hope you guys tuned in. I hope you guys are back with me next week so we can discuss Married at First Sight. Whatchamacallit. I'm going to probably try to give you guys a week to probably get this up and watch so we can discuss. So make sure you have watched so we can discuss. Comment down below so we can discuss, and maybe I can address it in the next video. Maybe, showcase some comments about how y'all feeling about it. And let's make this a whole thing, y'all, because this season is something else. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in our next chit chat, you guys. Love you. Bye.